Hey, what up guys, welcome back to my fish room. Today's video we're going to be focusing on my 75-gallon cichlid tank, but if you want to see any more videos on anything else, or any other videos on fish in general, check out my channel. Please subscribe and hit the like button as well. Thank you for watching. So this 75-gallon has a whole bunch of cichlids in here. I have an Oscar named Sheriff, I have 5 firemouth cichlids, 2 keyhole cichlids, a male and a female, and then I have 1 Starry Night cichlid whose name is Batman. I thought I liked this escape, but a couple rocks fell over, and the fish aren't really interacting how I thought they would with the escape, so I'm going to change it up in this video, and I think we're going to move around some of the plants and some of the escape to hopefully give some fish some more room to swim around, and hopefully also give them some hiding spots as well. Now, the camera makes this tank look extremely small, but this tank is absolutely huge front to back and side to side. So keep that in mind. The camera makes these tanks look so much smaller than they really are. The first thing I usually do is drain some water into a bucket, and that's because I like to clean my filtration out in some water from the tank, because I don't want to destroy any of the bioactivity that is in my filtration. So this tank has just run off a bunch of filter floss, just like everything else in my fish room. You can find filter floss pretty much anywhere online, and I've actually seen it in a bunch of stores recently too. So I usually just take this in a bucket of fish tank water, and I will rinse them out. Now that I cleaned some of the filtration, I think I'm going to go ahead and move this middle island. I think I'm going to split it up, push some of it to the right side and some of it to the left side. And it actually turned out looking pretty good, so I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. I just want more room for the fish to swim in the center mainly, so I'm going to leave it like this for now, and if the fish start fighting, I will definitely move some more into the center to break up their eyesight. This shot here should really show you how much room there is in this tank. You know, the fish can hide completely if they want to, and the Oscar chooses to sit there because he wants to watch what I'm doing, but you can see all the fish here are pretty much hidden, and they only come out when they want to, so I feel like this tank is perfectly sized for them right now, and it's just a grow out. Alright, next up I'm going to clean the front glass, and I used to do this with my hand, but I actually like using these magnetized ones, so I'm going to go ahead and just get it stuck onto itself, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean the front of the glass. It can be really hard to clean these larger fish tanks, but I really like the magnetized scrubbers. They make it really easy to do a larger tank like this. Now, one thing to point out is I usually don't clean the back glass or the left or right side glass. Pretty much I always just clean the front so you guys can see, because I like when algae grows on the back or side of the glass. I think it makes it look more natural. Next up, now that I cleaned up the glass and stirred up much more stuff, I'm going to go ahead and drain some more water out and clean up the rest of the filtration. Now this is a good opportunity to show you guys what the filtration looks like. I use some big sheets of filter floss, and this stuff is really cheap. You can get a whole bundle of it for like $5. And I just shove it in my filter. It is very good at cleaning your water, and this is the only thing I run in all my tanks pretty much, unless I use a sponge filter, and in that case I just use a sponge filter and nothing else. But all you do is you put it in the water, in your tank water like that, and you squeeze it in there and it lets everything go, and then you can reuse it a couple times. I get pretty good use out of these. I buy it maybe once every couple months. If you're new to the hobby, filter floss is definitely a cheat code, and I always recommend it. One of my most popular videos is on filters, and I go over just filter floss and how to set it up on a filter. If you guys are interested, please check out my video on filters. One thing I wanted to point out is why I put an extra sheet there on the front. Really, it's just to get rid of noise in the fish room. If you put this sheet here, just how I do it, you can really avoid noise without getting rid of the flow. So I'll show you here in a second. When I slide the lid back, there's a whole bunch of flow still, but there's not a bunch of noise. So that's why I put the extra piece of filter floss on the front there. So I removed a whole bunch of nasty stuff from my filtration, and I redid the scape on the tank. So now I'm going to put in new water. I always use API stress coat for all my fish tanks. I've been using this stuff for over 20 years and it's never failed me. So I just stick to it and always use it, API stress coat. I'm going to get some nice fresh water for my fish here. Now, I recommend using a thermometer and just trying to get close to your fish tanks, but I can usually tell just by my hand how close it is to 75 or 80 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this water in. Well, the tank is looking pretty rough right now, but I'm going to come back in like 3 or 4 hours and we'll see what it looks like. A couple hours later, the tank is looking really good and all the cichlids are chilling out. They all really just want food right now, so they're all going to be super active and aggressive because they want food. It is right around dinner time in the fish room, and I figured I would film this clip real quick. Everyone is doing really well, and I'm really happy with the scape so far and how it came out. There's a lot of room for the fish to swim right in the middle and near the top of the tank, so I think this came out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think of the scape down below. And I get a lot of comments on why I don't do plants in this tank, and that's simply because they would eat the plants. If you guys got this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Please subscribe. Peace.